ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him. But fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise.
What's up, YouTube? We're back with episode 4 of the Underrated Podcast, and I've got none other than the North legend himself, my guy Error. Error, it is a pleasure to have you here. And
Thank you for having me.
So we had some technical difficulties because we've already recorded an episode once, and you were actually supposed to be episode number 3, but because of corrupt files and audio problems, you know, I had to DM you, and we had to reschedule and re-record. So that's my bad, bro. My bad.
No worries. It's a blessing in disguise, man.
It was because there's a lot of different things we can talk about that are hot topics as of right now that's happening within the community. So yeah, it was kind of a blessing in disguise. So man, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. Glad to have you back with me. And this will be the first episode where the world gets to see you. But hey, you know, we're trying out here. We're giving it hell.
Yeah, we're doing things great. It's a great start. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you for inviting me, honestly. All the other episodes have been amazing so far. Man. This is as good as the other ones.
It wasn't me that was awesome. It was the people I had on. It was the people I had on. I mean, all those guys are just they're great humans for one. Yeah, everybody here is everybody that's on the show so far has been absolutely spectacular. They're making me look good because I'm terrible. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing.
No, not at all.
But moving on into the sniping community a little bit, man, there's been a lot of uproar and there's been a lot of saddening things going on within the community. One of the biggest things is the Dare, man. I to be honest with you, I did not see this coming.
No, me either. When they came back, it had such a huge impact on the comm because they've been around for like forever. I would consider them to be a top 3 team when they came back because it brought so much hype back to the community. But seeing them end was definitely not what I expected, especially in the way it ended too. It was just kind of like abrupt.
Yeah, it really was, man, because I remember, you know, Tanzer went to Ghost, and I was like, okay, so what's going to happen to Dare? But then it was just like all of a sudden, every week you saw join Dare, grinding for Dare, and it was like all over my Twitter page, and I'm like, okay, so they seem to be doing good. And then it wasn't long, I seen Twista, he was sitting there grinding for Dare, you know, he had Dare in his clan tag. And what was funny is I actually got into a lobby with Twista. Me and him were on the same team. Thank God I did not want to go up against him, dude. I was not having a good day that day. And you know Twista, he never has a bad day. Nah. And so thankfully that, and I noticed he had Dare in his clan tag, and it wasn't but maybe 3 or 4 days after that I saw that he was in Dare. He was accepted into Dare, and then literally it seemed like the very next day I woke up and Dare's done. I'm like, no shot. It was heartbreaking, man.
It's sad to see that, and he wasn't the only one either. There was like a couple other people who joined, like the day before they ended. I know, Twista was actually in there like a while back, and he was kind of upset that he wasn't, I guess, invited back when they were like initially rolling people back into the team. I didn't know that, but so he was happy to join Dare, and then like the next day, it's like just got ripped away
again. So
I feel bad for him. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, but going back to what you said though, in my eyes, they were a top 3 team since they came back. Obviously, they never passed Obey and Soar, but they were nipping on Obey's heels, in my opinion.
Mhm.
They never really got close to messing with Soar. Soar's number one in the community, in my opinion, right now, and that's just the way I think it goes. I mean, people are going to probably disagree, but I mean,
No, I'm with you.
I
I'm
feel
with
like
you
Soar's the number one in the
100%.
game right now. I mean, I really think they've taken over that phase kind of role. I mean, FaZe
Yeah.
doesn't even really do anything in the sniping community anymore. I mean, they did just release that Team Taj with Scope, or not Team Taj, but that Scope montage, which was fire.
It was. It was.
And
Shout out to Scope. Shout out Kaiser.
yeah, that shot. What was with all of that hate going on with it? In your opinion, because like I have my opinions about it, and I just see is that trolls or people who can't let go of the past and accept what's happening now. But what was weird is they really weren't going after Scope or FaZe. They were more of going after Kaiser.
Yeah, so I think what happened was that there's a new style of editing. You don't get your traditional, I guess, 10-minute montages anymore. Anything 5+ minutes. Everything now, like with the newer edits, they call them TikTok edits. They're more faster paced. They're more in your face. And with Kaiser, he's been editing like that for years. I remember watching back in like Modern Warfare 2019, and back then I was kind of like against it in a way because I was like, this isn't his original style of editing, but it grew on me after time, and you can see his creativity. So my guess is a lot of people aren't used to it, so it kind of took them by surprise. I also saw people were bashing it because he used a rap song and not your traditional, I want to say like rock music
Right.
or like big
You know,
montages. So
that
they were,
was the one part of the hate I kind of understood because for me,
Mhm.
it's hard to replace rock music in a
Right.
montage. There's just something about rock music, or something along those lines that really it makes me want to go play the game. And when I watch a
Mhm.
montage, that's what I want the feeling to be after I'm done. And I
Yeah.
didn't really get that feeling with that montage. But on the same side of that coin, I'm looking at that montage and I'm like, this is by far the best montage I've watched in years.
yeah,
by far,
it was solid.
by far.
It was solid.
And
In my opinion,
did I hate the music choice? No. Did I love the music choice? No. But I will say, with what Kaiser did, like I thought it was a 9 out of 10. It doesn't get much better.
no, it was solid.
But
Down
I
to,
could
like,
be
the
biased too
cinematics.
because I'm a huge Kaiser fan. I would max out my credit card to get him to edit my stuff.
Yeah, no, he definitely killed it down to like the cinematics, and like I said, his creativity, it's been off the charts. And I noticed he doesn't use a lot of rock music. Everything he uses has been like generally like poppy rap songs.
Yeah.
So me personally, I like rap songs in montages. I feel like if you're going with like a longer form, like 5-6+ minutes, then maybe use like a rock song. But like if you're throwing out like an episode or whatever, then I don't see a problem with rap.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see a problem with it. It wasn't my favorite, but I definitely didn't see a problem with it.
Mhm.
It definitely did not deserve the hate it got.
No, not at all.
And I will die on that hill. So, Kaiser, you'll never see this probably, but if you do, hey, bro, it's not me hating on you. I've always been a fan. I watch every one of your episodes, so keep doing what you're doing. You're doing fabulous.
No, it was super solid, man. I hope he continues to do more, at least with FaZe, or even just people wanting to reach out even more and do stuff with him.
I think so, man. I think, Kaiser's always kind of like been in his own path. Like he hasn't really strayed. He's done some like dual tages, but other than that, I've never really seen him like branch off of doing his own stuff, right? And
Right.
I got a feeling now that people have seen what Kaiser can do for other people. I think he's opened a can of worms that he's either going to really like it or he's not. Because there's going to be people reaching out. That's just the way I see it. Because that
Yeah.
was absolute. Because like what was bad about it, about the whole situation, was the fact that most people wasn't hating. They wasn't really hating the sniping community. Like the hate wasn't coming from in the sniping community. It was coming from outside. most of the people within
Right.
the community were like, "Oh my god, this is what we've been waiting for." Because we've had this whole dilemma all Modern Warfare 3 with everybody coming out and saying like montages are dead, and you had Pomage tweet out like saying, "Put montages are dead, should I drop one?" type stuff, and you see all this, and then FaZe up and does it, and they killed it, and then they received this hate from outside the community. It was sad to see, man. It was.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I don't know if you remember, but they did. They dropped a team Taj around the time of the beta, and that's what got people kind of stirred up,
FaZe
saying that
did?
FaZe was back. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. Like all the OGs came back. I think
I
Rain
thought-
had some trick shots in there.
I don't remember that at all. From this game, or was it old
Mhm.
clips?
It was definitely old clips. It was like around the time of the
okay.
beta.
I think
It was-
I've seen
yeah.
that, but like, no, I don't remember seeing that actually. I remember watching.
think-
I remember watching Soar, and I think Obey dropped a beta Taj.
Yeah, I think this is before they started dropping everybody. They did a team Taj, and
Oh,
I
okay.
think they posted it on either YouTube or Twitter, probably both. But when they first dropped it, everybody was saying, FaZe is coming back, and then it just dropped off for
Oh,
like
okay.
a while.
Huh, I don't remember that, dude. Well, to be fair, I was
Mhm.
pretty new in the sniping community at this time in the beta, so, and I've never really been a big FaZe fan. They've never really, grabbed me and caught my attention, but they have with this montage. I've always respected FaZe because they're like, if they call, "Hey Johnny, we want you to come make videos for us," yeah, sign me up, coach, I'm in. I mean, I'll pick
think a
by
lot of
heart,
people
but
would.
I'm
I
all
think a
pick by
lot of
heart.
people
But if you need me to
would.
make videos for FaZe, I can put you in my clan tag. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people act tough and say they never join FaZe, and this time of year they never do this with FaZe. But if FaZe really came and knocked at the door, they'll take it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Did you? Especially people that's never been in that side of the community where you're just everybody knows you, everybody's watching you. For me and you, we got
Mhm.
pretty laid back. We post a video, we go to sleep. These guys post a video, and their phone or their notifications are going off the chains. So like,
Yeah.
we've never
Yeah.
experienced that. So like, yeah, 100%, we'll take it. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. of
notoriety.
course. I mean,
We'll do it
anybody
for
would. I
free.
don't see why not.
we'll do it for free. You don't have to pay us. We hadn't been getting paid anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
That'd be
moving,
crazy.
yeah, for real. Oh man. So me and you had a weird acquaintance on our first time out. We met through a mutual friend, Kabuto. He was on my roster. Actually, I'm not sure if I was lead yet. I might not have been lead yet. It was around the time. No, I was co-lead. I wasn't the lead. I was co-lead. So we met that, and he showed me your stream, and we kind of vibed out for a while, and I think I ended up joining your lobby.
Yeah. Yeah. He did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we kind of vibed out, and it was kind of a weird acquaintance because at the time you were just popping off. It seemed like every life you were on clip pace. You were like, I believe you were doing the Dare RC when we met,
Mhm.
and so like
Yep.
when I was already kind of in a happy place. I was kind of doing my own thing. I really wasn't ready to stick my name out for a huge team. I was very happy with Severe Rebellion at the time. And, we met through, like I said, the acquaintance of Kabuto. And I remember going into your lobby, and I remember hitting I think I had a 3-piece and it was split by 1. And then there was like 2 or 3 more guys in front of me. But when I looked up and saw on the minimap, it showed you coming around the other side of the spawn on terminal. And I'm like, do I take it? Do I take it? In my head, I'm like, do I take it? So I ended up killing one more. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. You can have it. So and then
Why should keep going?
it was a weird acquaintance because you were really the first sniper I played with outside of my comfort zone. I've never told anyone that. So when I became a sniper and I started doing sniping content, which was on the Modern Warfare 3 beta last year, about this time. About this time really. And so I was playing with my boy Trey like every day, and then Severe hit me up. And I started playing with them guys a little bit, but I wasn't comfortable playing with anybody because I'm like, I'm gonna split them, or these guys are gonna think I'm dog shit. This type thing. I got all this stuff going on in my head. So you were the first person that I really stepped out of my comfort zone, and it was really weird because I think I did split you on a quad feed, and there was no hatred. Like with Trey,
No.
like Trey was the guy that was bringing me up, so I was splitting him all the fucking time. And he was like, and he plays with we got some other friends we play with, and they don't care about the feed. You know, they just kill. So like we're getting split. But with you, it was very different. I felt bad because, like I said, you were on that Dare RC. I'm like, dude, I just took a 5 on, maybe a 6 on from this dude.
No, don't feel bad, man. I play with people who are both like very like frustrated. Like you said, you got nervous when you had 3 up. I know people who get like 2 up and they're like, don't kill, don't kill, don't kill. I'm just like, it's 2 people, you know. Then I met people who were like very relaxed. They're like, if you got to kill, you know, do it. As long as I don't get split, you know, 50 times, and you know, it's understandable. But I don't harbor on that. I don't get, you know, upset about that. If you got to kill, do your thing.
You know, the way I see it, man, is you're gonna get split 90% of the time anyway.
That's true.
And the biggest thing for a sniper to learn when they're becoming new and you're playing with other snipers, especially friends, like if they're random in the thing, go ahead and split them, bro. Or you can be friendly. You know, that's just part of the game. But like, if me and you are vibing out, the hardest thing to learn is how often you got to look at the kill feed, how often you got to look at the minimap.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people don't realize it. Like when we're playing, 90% of the time, my eyes are on the kill feed until I'm in the clip mode. Once I kind of get myself in position, most of the time I'm looking at the mini-map.
Yeah, that's true. I'm never really looking in the corner unless, you know, I'm up like 3 or 4 people already. But other than that, I'm just focused, you know, trying to hit the clip, and then afterwards I'm like, what did I hit? But yeah, if it gets split, I'm just like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. I've been there, dude. I've had some of my best clips on this game were split clips. Like the cleanest looking clips I've hit were not montage worthy because they were split.
Right.
Like I've had several split 5-ons where there'd be like a collat ender and you look down and it's split by 2 and you're like, that was nice.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. I feel you.
So we're kind of in the stage where like our generation of snipers are kind of like, we're starting to fade away. Like I'm not, because I'm so new to the game, right? But there's a lot of people our age, or maybe even a little bit younger. I mean, I'm 25, so I'm kind of like right there in the middle. But like, there's a lot of people that are around our age that are kind of starting to fade out. So for this new generation of snipers coming up that are learning, what is one piece of advice that you would say to get better? Not necessarily content-wise. We'll get more into content later, but for them to become a better sniper in general, what is one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say keep practicing, man. There's no such thing as a bad sniper. Anybody can be good. Anybody can hit, you know, 6-ons, 5-ons, quad heads. Just keep practicing. Don't be upset. And this is, you know, me speaking from experience. I used to always bash myself for this. Don't get upset because you're not consistent with clips, or you're not doing the most, you know, vibrant or out of the box thing. Keep doing you. Keep practicing. Don't let nobody tear you down.
Yeah. Most people say centering, and although that is probably the most crucial thing in sniping, really the basic comes down to positioning. Like,
that's true.
For me, it's positioning. Like, obviously, there's random moments that happen in games where you predict wrong, or you look at the mini map and you get confused for a split second and you mess up. Like that happens to me a lot, actually. But really, if I was going to leave someone that's brand new, that's trying to get better, is just learn how to position yourself to make good decisions. Because, like, once you figure out spawns, man, you can position yourself. You don't have to be aggressive like Arkin or running around like Zephy. You can play a little slower and play a little smarter. And not be a hard scoper, but still be a good sniper. And I think that really comes down to positioning. And once you get kind of comfortable with everything, then you can start, you know, running around like a crackhead like Arkin and all these other guys.
Yeah, that's true. Because it surprised me, but even like the bigger guys, like Pomage and Scope, it would say like for them to warm up their shot, they'll go play bots for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like you never think they would do that, being, Call of Duty snipers for 10 plus years.
Yeah. I mean, I do it. I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
If I'm on and I know I got like a full day and I'm really trying to put out something for content, I'll go warm up. Like I'll get the fingers loose,
Yeah.
shoot a couple hundred bots right quick, and then go play. And
Yeah, I don't see a
some
problem
people
with
say
that at
just
all.
go to shipment. I'm like, dude, we've had shipment like the last 5 years in a row. I don't want to play shipment anymore, dude.
I'm tired of looking at that map.
They've ruined it. It was fun.
Yeah.
When I first played it, I loved shipment, and that was on Modern Warfare 19. I loved it. I love shipment,
Mhm.
man. It's just it's kill streak after kill streak now, and people just get in there and that's all they want to play, and it's like it's not fun. It's just spawn die,
Yeah.
spawn die. So
Mhm.
me personally. So yeah, man, that's a good piece of advice. Most people would probably say centering, like I said, and I tend to agree that is very important, but that kind of comes with time. So my piece of advice, like I said, would be positioning. So yeah, moving on a little bit further. You're obviously a content creator, and your last video on BO4 was fire, by the way. I know you said it was a little
Appreciate
short, but I'm telling you, it was good, dude.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you. I feel like I don't have it anymore. You saw like the beginning clips. It's like I can't hit those anymore. I wish I
Nope.
could.
It's okay. So answer me this, because I didn't get to play BO4. Is BO4 counted as old gen or is that new gen?
BO4 is considered old gen.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I tell you what though, that game looked really good. It's really pretty. I know
Yeah.
that game is kind of like on the toss up of like it was good. A lot of people say it was good. A lot of people say it was not good.
Mhm.
Some people say that was the start of the decline of Call of Duty. I kind of looking at it now, and I'm looking at it from my point of view, from seeing it in the future versus in its prime, right? So I might not be seeing the full picture, but I gotta say that game looked really really good.
It did.
The visual aspects were absolutely stunning. The
Mhm.
camos were beautiful, and it looked pretty simple.
Yeah.
So why do people say it wasn't great?
For the time it came out, of course, we were already getting jetpack cons out the way. But we still had this whole specialist thing we still, were dealing with. So
Specialist thing?
that
What do you
was
mean?
still like the special abilities, the operators.
Oh,
like,
okay.
They had more oomph to it. Like they had special abilities. Like each character had like the recon had like the special vision goggles he can put on and he can see everybody, or the crossbow was like the this overpowered weapon you can use for like a certain amount of time. Yeah, every character had like a special ability to them that we are kind of over with as a community. So that's like a good reason people were like kind of upset with it, because it was a good game overall, but like we were just tired of specialists. We were tired of being, BS out of things, like things that should have been in the game naturally. We have to be like locked with the character in order to use it.
Got you. So during this time, they kind of took like almost an Apex route.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's been in the game for like a minute. It was that combined with jetpacks, because I want to say when BO3 came out, it was cool. Then they introduced wall running, but after that, we were just like, okay, that's it. Because we had Advanced Warfare, which introduced it, which was cool. Then I want to say Black Ops 3 came out, and it was probably like the most innovated jetpack game.
Yeah, then Infinite Warfare.
And then Infinite Warfare, we were just like, okay, no, that's it. That's it. And
Yeah,
then when they got
because
the
didn't Infinite Warfare have a thing where you could like use your jetpack, but you could strafe in midair?
that was Advanced Warfare. That's when it first
That
came
was
out.
AW. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've look at the old clips from the jetpack Call of Duties, and I gotta tell you, I think Advanced Warfare got a lot of hate that it didn't deserve. That game looked good.
It did. It did. It was super fun at the time. I felt like the movement was a little stiff, but it was their first game doing, advanced movement. So I think
That
they put
game
some
actually
pretty nice
looked
in there.
legit though, man. Like I feel like if they remastered that game today and gave us a mod or something to play, I feel like that game
Yeah.
would be
It was
crazy,
solid.
dude.
It was solid.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked good. But like back to BO4, so the sniping looked phenomenal for one. Man, I've never played it, so I don't know. But the sniping looked phenomenal. So people really just had a problem because of some stuff they've had that they didn't change. So from what I'm understanding that you're telling me, people really they kind of did what happened with Modern Warfare 3. They judged the game off of something else versus what the game brought to the table. They looked at the bad before the good.
Basically, yeah.
Because you remember back when Modern Warfare 3 was first released, any information on it, they were like, we're getting all these Modern Warfare 2 original maps. We're getting Terminal, Skid Row, blah, blah, blah. We're getting all this stuff, sneak peeks. And, like, people immediately said, this is just a DLC. This is just a DLC. Because it wasn't long after that where people were saying, oh, well, we're getting all our Modern Warfare 2 guns in this game as well. This is just a DLC. And there's a lot of people that didn't touch this game because of that. They didn't see the point of paying $70 for a DLC. Whereas myself, I bought the game and looked at it for what it was, a new game. Because in my eyes, it wasn't a DLC. We were getting all new maps. The movement was completely different. We were getting new weaponry. We were getting a new HUD. Or, not a HUD. What do you call it? My mind just went blank.
The UI system?
A UI system. We got a new UI system. So, for me, it was a new game.
Yeah.
That just happened to bring old content into it. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of the same thing that happened with BO4.
Yeah, that along with one thing they brought back that people were kind of over with at that time was supply drops. Supply drops were insane at the time.
So you had to basically earn your gun, or not earn, like you had to get lucky with it.
Basically, yeah.
Whatever. You couldn't. It wasn't like now where you get to a certain level, you unlock this gun, and then you can grind out the attachments and camos for that specific gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That would probably be annoying. I wouldn't like that. That's more of like a CSGO type thing, right?
Yeah, basically. That's what.
See, I don't know if I would like that. I don't know if I would like that at all. It would be unique. Where did that start, Aaron? Was that World War II?
Actually, Black Ops 3. No, Advanced Warfare is when it started. Crazy enough.
Advanced Warfare? Really? Okay.
Yeah, when supply drops were introduced and we had all this crazy variants of guns, people would spend like hundreds of dollars on supply drops and still not get the weapon they want.
Yeah.
That went all the way up to BO4, I believe.
I think so, because did it go BO4, World War II, and then Modern Warfare 19?
I want to say...
Or was it World War II, BO4, Modern Warfare 19?
I want to say World War II, BO2, then Modern Warfare 19.
I think... Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. For some reason I was thinking World War... For some reason, I was thinking World War II was right before Modern Warfare 19. I don't remember. It's not important.
It feels like it because there wasn't any specialists at the time. It felt, the most modern COD that we had. Crazy enough.
Yeah.
I want to say the only thing that stopped World War II's potential is when the game first came out because it was super slow, super laggy, super buggy, and then they came out with that whole overhaul that basically like readjusted like the kill streaks and everything.
Let me see if I can find it.
I want to say BO4 was 2018? 2017, 2018, maybe?
Okay, so 19 was obviously Modern Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Black Ops 4 and Blackout came out in October 12th of 2018. So World War II would have been a 2017 game.
Yep.
So BO4 and then Modern Warfare 19.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird transition too.
It is.
Because that was 2019 was a really weird era for Call of Duty. Well, for me it was. I mean, that's when I came in. But knowing what I know now about the history of Call of Duty, I know it was weird because first off, you get this game. It has broken mechanic in it with slide canceling that was brand new. Instead of fixing it, now it's become a thing that we almost feel like we have to have in a Call of Duty.
It's a staple, yeah.
It's a staple now. And I'm not going to lie to you, we got it back, but Modern Warfare 19 slide canceling and bunny hop was absolutely ridiculously broken.
Yeah.
And then you add the stem glitch on top of it where it boosted your speed. Ridiculous. And it was a skill gap, so I think it was great. Because it was definitely not an easy thing to do. You had to be a skilled player to do it because there was timing involved. There was a lot of stuff going on. And then, so you got that going on with a subpar Call of Duty. Great game, terrible maps. And then right around the corner is Warzone. And it completely, dare I say, changed gaming. I mean, that was a ridiculous era. I'm talking about COVID happened. We're locked in our houses. We're playing video games for hours. We're door dashing food. We're doing all of this. I mean, it's a ridiculous time, man. So that was a really weird. So did you dabble into the Warzone Modern Warfare 19 era? As weird as that was.
As much as I wanted to, I was like super strongly against like battle royale games. Like even then, like I know Call of Duty was going up against Fortnite at the time, and like I hated both with like a passion. Like I played Fortnite with like my school friends, like barely, but like I'll play with them and like I'll hop off. Like I'll never touch Fortnite in like months. But as much as I wanted to hop into the Warzone side, I didn't. I think I played maybe like 1 or 2 games. It was the same with Blackout as well. I remember when there was a Blackout beta for BO4. Like I played like 1 game and once out of like the 5th like attempts I tried, and I was like, nah, this not for me.
Yeah,
it was fun, though,
Battle Royale is different, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I played a lot. I played a lot of Warzone. I played all Warzone of between 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. I played all of Warzone 1.
Right.
And Modern Warfare 2 was so bad that I spent 90% of that year on Warzone, playing ranked play and just doing different stuff on there. There was a lot of things you could do on that Warzone. As bad as that game was, there was a lot of cool things about that game.
It was, yeah.
And then this Warzone. So I've been I'm not going to say I'm a Battle Royale fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a big, huge fan of Fortnite. I'm not a big, huge fan of Apex, but I do like Apex. But yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of Battle Royales either. I used to be. But one thing I will say about it is I do love the strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Not the Resurgence mode, because Resurgence to me is just a Battle Royale multiplayer. It's fun.
Basically, yeah.
It's fun to play. It's fun to get the boys on and just play. But when it comes to actually satisfaction of a Battle Royale, I'll go play Big Map Warzone. And I have a blast on it. Because there's a lot of strategy that goes in. You got to think, okay, I can't come back if I die, so I got to plan this out. I've got to be smart with my positioning. I've got to know what's going on over here. I've got to know which way the circle's coming because I got to push over here. And there's just so many different things, man. And so, I was kind of upset, and we're kind of rambling now, but that's okay. So I was kind of upset with the way they treated the big map in Warzone 3 with your Urizakistan that we got with the launch of Modern Warfare 3. They never did anything with it. They solely focused on Resurgence, which, don't get me wrong, I was happy about because I love Rebirth Island, I love Fortune's Keep, but, like, man, the big map is, it's a lot more satisfying, and to just completely ignore it was, I thought, not a good business move because you're leaving out a part of the community that really kept Call of Duty afloat.
Right.
Because I'm not sure where Call of Duty would be at without Warzone 1.
That's true.
If that makes sense. Because I don't see Modern Warfare 19 being a successful game without Warzone. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of people... that's another toss-up thing on Modern Warfare 19. Some people say it was I've seen people in comment sections say it's the top 5 Call of Duty of all time. Which is cat, by the way. But anyway, so you got people that say it was the top 5 Call of Duty of all time, where I'm on the side of the coin. It was a great Call of Duty with great gunplay, great movement. The maps were just terrible.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It was a good, solid game. Just bad maps overall.
I think they just tried to do too much.
Mm-hmm. Warzone definitely wouldn't be where it is today without Warzone 1. Because I remember when they were shutting down the servers for Warzone 1, everybody was trying to fight to keep it. So
well, the funny story about that is the reason they shut it down is because when Warzone 2 launched, everybody played it for like a month. And like, this game is trash, blah, blah, blah. We're going back to Warzone 1. And I myself went back to Warzone 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was more people on Warzone 1 than there was on Warzone 2 2 months after launch of Warzone 2.
I believe it.
That's why they shut those servers down.
I believe it, man, 100%.
That's just another thing that Activision did to take away what we enjoy. Speaking of which, so we can quit rambling, I don't know if you had planned this, but I was planning on it. I was wanting to play H2M. I know you had to see it.
Yeah. How could anybody not miss it? It was
like, are you on PC or are you playing on console?
So I play it on console, but I was definitely going over to wanting to play H2M. I played a little bit of Plutonium, so I definitely have the experience with that. I haven't.
So you were prepped and ready to play.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Get
into it yet. I wanted to.
So I'm sure everybody knows, but just to go over the basic story of what happened and why everybody in the community is absolutely furious about this. We were getting a Modern Warfare 2 remastered mod, but it was going to be played on Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam. So people went and purchased Modern Warfare Remastered, like myself did, and lo and behold, when I went to purchase it, it was on sale for $20. So I bought it, installed it. 2 days later, after me playing Modern Warfare Remastered, to get used to the old gen, the way it feels, how much slower it is, all this, no settings like we have now, blah, blah, blah. I have over 2 hours played. The Activision sends out a cease and desist order to the HTM devs. It gets shut down. And I can't return Modern Warfare Remastered because I have over 2 hours played.
Yep.
I don't know of a more evil, greedy way to say, we don't care what you want, you're going to buy our game anyway.
They knew what they were doing, 1,000%.
Why would they put it on sale?
Exactly.
Why would you put on a game on sale after H2M has been released, after everybody knows that it's coming on Friday? Why would you put the game on sale?
Yeah, they definitely knew what they were doing. It's crazy because when I saw the announcement for it, I was pretty hyped for it. I was out of town when it released, so imagine from my point of view, I'm like out of town. I'm kind of like itching to come back home and play it. And then like I want to say I came back home that Sunday it released, and I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on, why everybody's so upset. And I check my Twitter feed, and people are saying that the servers are being shut down. Activision sent a cease and desist, and I'm just like, that's frustrating, dude.
Oh, it was, dude. Because like, did you get a chance to play MW2 in its prime?
No.
Okay, so me either. So I have friends that played, right, and they talked about how great it was, sniping, the maps, there's a lot of people that put it above BO2, right? So it's obviously a great game.
Right.
Great game. So they're talking about it, and I see that I'll get a chance to just get a taste. Just get a taste of what Call of Duty used to be that made people fall in love with it for 20 plus years, right? Just a taste. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm buying it. I'm going to grind it. This is going to be, I'm going to grind this. I might do a montage strictly on this game. I have 3 weeks to do it. I'm going to grind it to the beta. I'm going to play BO6 beta, and I'm going to grind the BO6 drops. That's what's going on in my head. I'm like, there is so much content I can do because I'm a new gen player playing one of the original Call of Duties. Like, it's one of the original 5 titles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh yeah, this is
This-
content for days, dude. Like I had so many ideas rolling, and then like 10 o'clock Thursday night, my boy Trait texts me. They shut down the mod. I'm like, you got this.
Yeah, Activision definitely knew what they were doing. It's evil. It's evil. They don't care.
So let me ask you this: do you think we'll ever get one, or do you believe in the conspiracy theory that's kind of going around that they have something cooked up from Activision has something cooked up that they've already been kind of working on, and that's why they shut down the mod?
I feel like there's definitely something in the works behind the scenes because there's no way we get a campaign without the multiplayer side. Because there's no way you put that much time and effort into, just one piece. You go through remastering the guns, the weapons, just everything about the campaign side. You just leave out multiplayer. That's a little weird, if you ask me. So there's something definitely there.
Yeah, I agree. But the biggest thing to me was like, what is it hurting other than the spotlight that BO6 may not get on the beta? Like, you think we're not going to go touch BO6 on launch? Crazy. So you didn't have to worry about that. So what was it hurting? We're having to buy the game. It's not like it was free. We're having to buy Modern Warfare Remastered, or we already had it purchased and you install a mod. So it's not like it was a free game, and all the money was going to Activision.
Exactly, and that's what set apart all the other mods because they weren't getting any money.
Right.
But
So
they
what was
were
the big deal there? That's what was in my head. I'm like, what is the big deal if you're getting paid for a game that we're only going to probably play until October? You're going to make all this money in 2 months, and then we're going on to another game that we just paid $100 for.
Exactly.
So
I don't know. It's frustrating to see though.
Frustrating, man. It's frustrating, and this is why people come and go in this community. This is why people don't stay. And I'm a hypocrite because I love Call of Duty, dude. I'm a Call of Duty player. I dabble in other games, but when it comes right down to it, there's only one game that when I'm at work, like, man, I can't wait to get home and fire up the computer. And it's Call of Duty. It was that way on Modern Warfare 2 last year, as bad as it was, dude. I would rather have played it than the other games that were out on the market. Because I'm a Call of Duty player. So why are you taking advantage of us when we're literally buying a game from you every year?
It's funny, man. I laugh at it all the time and I joke with it, but Call of Duty has us in an abusive relationship. No matter how bad they treat us all the time, we just come back every year.
We're gonna follow the restraining order on Activision.
Yeah, just every year, every update, we're like, I hate this game, but you know what? I think I'm gonna try to update, or I think I'm gonna try a new Call of Duty, even though I might only play it for like a month.
Yeah, and it's true, man. It's true. There was a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of people I know that hate this game, and I'm like, man, Modern Warfare 3 is such a good game, dude. Y'all are just looking at it from the wrong view. Y'all are looking at it like it's a DLC, or they didn't give you what you want. Yet they gave us back everything we asked for that we didn't receive in Modern Warfare 2.
True.
If you really, I had this conversation with someone at work. They were like, they were talking about, they were like, no, this game is terrible, bro. Like, everybody's just running around like crackheads, blah, 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 blah. And it's a very fast-paced game. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very fast-paced. But it doesn't bother me because I enjoy a fast-paced game, right?
Right.
But I'm like, first off, I said the community in Modern Warfare 2, the game was a bust from the beginning. It was an unfinished product. We had bugs from the start. You couldn't hardly launch the game at the start, blah, blah, blah. Modern Warfare 3 comes. They give us back everything we wanted. We wanted some type of movement. We wanted good maps. So they give us OG maps that we all love to this day. There's not many people I know that say Terminal's bad, Skid Row's bad, Scrapyard is a bad map, and the list goes on, right? So we get all these good maps back, and granted, they weren't new maps. So what Sledgehammer does to keep us pleased throughout the year is give us fresh maps, and the DLC maps in this game have been phenomenal.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
There's very few maps in this game that I do not like, and to be fair, most of the maps that I don't like are from the original Modern Warfare 2.
That's true.
I don't like Quarry. I don't like Derail. And that's really the only two maps that I refuse to play out of not liking. All the other maps is if I don't want to play it, it's because I've played it so much. But like, so they gave us everything we wanted back, and you're complaining about it. I have a big problem with that, and I think that's a big problem with not necessarily the sniping community, because we're not really the ones complaining about this game. It's really the rest of the community that's complaining. People say the game is boring, and okay, maybe. I don't really know. I haven't dabbled into that. But you did get exactly what you want out of the game. We got everything we wanted. Mm-hmm. They gave it to us. So, I don't know, man. I feel like this community can be very hypocritical and very unfair in situations like this.
It can be, and I feel like it's more of the casuals, and it's who Activision appeals most to, along with the devs. Of course, you know, like the sniping community, the trick shot community, the S&D community, everybody else, we're going to play the game no matter what. They don't want to hear the casuals who pick up the game twice a week. You know, they get on and they have a bad few games, and they don't want to see that tweet of, oh, I'm not playing Call of Duty ever again because somebody sniped me, or somebody trick shotted me, or, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They want to appeal to them. So that's what we've been battling for like the past couple of years, is more of the casuals, and that's who the devs are trying to appeal to.
But the problem with that is, like, for instance, and I hear what you're saying, and I do see Activision's side of this. Trust me, I really do, because it wasn't very long ago where I'm like, just feed to the casual guys. Like, they're the ones that's making you look good, right? They're the ones that come back. They're the ones that, you know, you want to keep happy, because they're going to say, hey, let's go play this game, right? And they're going to bring their casual friends along with them. But looking at it from what I know now, and actually, excuse me, and grinding a game, it's not the casuals that keep the game going.
No.
Because there's not many casuals playing Modern Warfare 3 right now.
No.
Like, think about it, Eric. And I mean, seriously, think about this. Me and you have been grinding this game since launch. Really, since the beta. Let's just say the beta. I don't know if you touched the beta, but we'll just say the beta, because that's where I started. And I grinded it like you wouldn't believe me how many hours I had played just on the beta, right? And then I know me and you probably have, between the two of us, probably close to 100 hours played on this game right now. If we combine our time.
Likely.
If we combine our time. And we're talking about less than a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not even full-time content creators, and we've got this much time played. So, we're the ones keeping the game thriving now. The casuals are only going to be there when the game is fresh.
Yep, that's true.
And then after that, they're going to go watch their favorite creators, or they're going to find new creators that are showing themselves off in the new game, and then they're just going to watch YouTube. That's the way it goes. Yeah. So I don't see it the same way I saw it, and I brought all this up to say, stop feeding to the casual players. They're going to come back and play your game anyway, because in their heart they love Call of Duty. That's just the way it is. They're going to buy the game. They're going to play it. Mm-hmm. Stick to the people that are making your money, that is buying every battle pass that comes out. They're buying skins throughout the entire cycle of your game. That's the people you need to focus on. That's true. That's my viewpoint. And if I ruffle people's feathers, I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel about it. I've been the casual player. I've been the player I am now. Like, there's a big difference.
There is, yeah, because like you said, the casuals, they're only going to come around like every update.
Yeah.
That's it.
They may play a week. They may play a week of Season 5, while me and you are playing the entirety of it. Or we're playing, you know what I mean. Like, we're grinding the game throughout every season from start to finish. There's, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
So man, so like I said, back to your BO4 content. It was fabulous, dude. Your BO4 video, and I'm being dead ass when I say it. It's probably your best video. I know you said it was short. And your clips weren't as good as some of your older videos, because, well, it's BO4, right? Yeah. It's a little bit harder to hit clips on an older Call of Duty than it is these new ones, because you have more people playing. Plus, we have 10v10. I doubt you could play 10v10 on BO4. And
No.
if there is 10v10, you're not going to find the lobby. So, you have that going for you.
Yeah.
But, man, it was beautiful. I thought you did good. And so, for people who don't know, Error was my first episode of the Underrated series, which is still available. And I'm still doing, by the way. The podcast is kind of taking the role for now, but the Underrated series isn't going anywhere. And the Underrated series is where I react to small content creators who I believe, or other people believe, that are very underrated. And Error, you were the first episode of that. And I left you with a piece of advice after watching your video about your color correction.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that really stuck in my head after watching your BO4 video the other day, your color correction has come so far, dude. I don't know what you've done. And I've seen it within your other Modern Warfare 3 videos as well, but what made it stand out is, like, each Call of Duty you play is going to have a different color correction that you have to do to get it to look good.
Yeah, that's true.
So I haven't brought this up to you in DMs or anything because, like, I wanted to see what you were going to do with it, and it's not my place to check up on it, right? I just gave you my advice, so it wasn't like, hey, you need to do color correction. You don't have a choice. It wasn't that. It was like, hey, maybe do your color correction, and you did it, dude, and it looked good. You did such a good job on that, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So yeah, for real, man. Give yourself a pat on the back because, like, it looks really, really good. It really did. It was beautiful. Like, it looked like I was in a theater, and I'm not even lying to you. Like, the colors you had on your video, they were outstanding.
Yeah, man. But what I noticed was, and it took me a while to finally get to it. I had to, like, beat myself up upside the head a couple times to finally get around to it. But Call of Duty, as a game like no color correction, just a standard game, you're not doing anything with it. It can be very dull.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're making content, you want your viewers to be amazed by it. You want them to, like, not only see your video, but you want them to physically see your video, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
So you need something that's going to catch their attention. You need those brighter colors. You need something to grab their attention. And that's why I like Treyarch games, because they're usually like a bit more vibrant compared to, like, last year's game, or this year isn't as bad as last year, but they're a little bit better with it. But you still need that color correction, that saturation.
Yeah.
Brighten things up.
The best thing, the way I describe how the color correction is, you're not doing it for what you see, right? And it sounds weird when I say this, but if y'all stick with me, I'm going to get you there. And this is the way I see it. I could be completely wrong, but the way I see it is, when you do the color correction, it's not necessarily what you see, it's what you feel.
That's true.
Okay, so, like, if you go watch, let's take it for answer. We'll just do this. If you go back and watch Modern Warfare 3 from 2011 or whenever it came out, okay, and you go watch Modern Warfare 3 2023, you're going to enjoy the visibility, the way the video feels in Modern Warfare 2023 better because it doesn't feel depressing.
That's true.
If you go watch Modern Warfare 3 from 2011, don't get me wrong, it was a great game. I'm not saying it, but what I'm saying is the feel of it is different because everything your body, your mind, and your feelings, a lot of it comes from what you see. If you see someone get beat up in public, you become sad, or you become angered, or you become what's another word I'm looking for? Anxiety or whatever,
yeah.
right? Or if you see someone, or you see a dog getting run over by a car, you become sad, right? And that's how kind of like color correction works. Like, it makes you feel. So when your color correction is good, it makes you feel, oh my God, dude, this feels good, right? It's not necessarily that they're seeing the color, because they're not going to notice that off rip. We will, because we edit. But a regular viewer who's just watching a video, they're going to look at it and be like, they're not going to say nothing. But in their feels, the way they feel about the video is completely different. And that, to me, is the big thing with color correction. And then you add music or cool clips on top of it, and you're like, oh, that was
good. Yeah, 1,000%, man. That's what it is.
And color correction is not easy.
Yeah.
Especially in a game where like especially Modern Warfare 3, because we have so many different maps that are different themes, right?
Yep.
Like you got some that
Yep.
look like you're in Afghan, for instance, like you're just in the middle of the desert, or you've got some like yard where it looks like you're on a Minecraft server. You know what I mean?
It's colors
So,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just colors everywhere. So you're like, it's very hard to get that color corrected, because if you have too much saturation on, say, yard, the skies become very orange.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you go to Afghan, since everything's kind of gray and dull, it kind of brings it to life a little bit.
That's true.
So it's very difficult to balance those. But once you figure it out, man, it rolls in. You have completely figured it out. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Fabulous. So yeah, like I said, man, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the community. We've covered the Kaiser montage. We've covered the H2M. We've covered the Dare stuff. We really didn't tap much into that. But just sad. My heart goes out to Twista, to all the people that just got recruited. Like Dave V. Man, that dude's been popping off. He grinded so hard to get into Dare, and then that happened. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah. We talked about the people that, just got picked up, but what about the people who were already in, for a bit?
Yeah, you got, they got several trick shotters like Zilla's. There's a lot. My heart reaches out to all them guys. They did deserve that, especially the way it happened. I don't know what caused them to close up. But for them to be recruiting people in and then cancel, something abruptly had to change. Don't know what it was. So yeah, very very saddening. So moving on a little bit, we're kind of at the end of Modern Warfare 3. We got roughly a month and a half, 2 months left to go. For the cycle of this game. Obviously, me and you are going to continue to do Modern Warfare 3 content. But where do you see yourself going with BO6? Where do you see your content going with BO6? Because, and I know you're going to have a hard time answering this question. It's kind of a difficult question to answer because we haven't touched BO6. We won't be able to touch BO6 until next Friday. This episode will come out on Monday, so the Friday after Monday, which would be the 28th, 29th?
What's the 30th is when it comes out, right? Or is it that Thursday? No, definitely on Friday. The 30th is when it drops.
Is it the 30th? Okay, the 30th. Mm-hmm. So, the 30th, we won't be able to touch it. And I know this is a very difficult question to answer. But we've all seen the BO6 leaks. As much as we've tried to scroll past it, we've all seen it. Where do you see your content going in that direction?
I want to, personally, I want to improve on what I'm doing now. I beat myself up a lot about my content. I want to bring in as much, viewers as possible. So I want to branch out, hopefully do like a lot of stuff. For the longest time, I've kind of been against S&D content because I'm not super big on S&D, but I want to probably eventually reach out and do that. Not like main it, like I still want to do Respawn because that's what I love.
So like you would probably like, let's say you would want to do it when there's like a stale point between seasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Because it's crazy. I tried to do Warzone 2 content, but I wasn't in the right mindset at the time. At the time, I was like, how am I going to do this? I'm switching up something completely different. And I had like a few clips like saved up to make a video. I even had like a thumbnail made for it as well that I paid for. And then I just turned around and scrapped the whole video.
Wait, you don't make your own thumbnails here?
I do now.
Okay, I'm going to say, dude.
But
don't be paying people. I'll hook you up, dude. I'll do yours for free. Don't be making people's. No, don't do that.
No, last year at the time I didn't. They were cheap. They were cheap, by the way. But now I do. I definitely invest in time and do my own thumbnails.
Photoshop's different. Personally, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? No, I would rather be on Photoshop doing a thumbnail than I would editing a video.
That's true.
I can whip out a thumbnail in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot more creativity, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there is, man. Photoshop's a different breed. You know, speaking of your content and what you want to move, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
I think, and this goes for both of us, right? I think we need to do some. I think we need to do some collabs. Maybe not necessarily like 1v1s, but like maybe not even a kill race or a clip race. But like, there's a couple things that I've noticed going back and watching. Because today on my lunch, and slow parts at work today and yesterday, I kind of went back and watched some of my old videos to try to kind of get new, fresh ideas. Because I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know what to upload. Obviously, I'm doing the podcast, but I can't just upload a podcast every 2 days and call myself a gamer, you know. So I kind of have to find the balance, and I still need to upload content. So I was kind of watching my videos, and I was kind of going over it. And one thing I noticed is there's several videos throughout this year where I was playing with other people, and I was able to capture gameplays. The vibe that video gave off was completely different. And if you don't believe me, Aaron, I can go tell you the video to watch. Go watch my Barrett video that I uploaded the second time, and then go watch my my second Car 98 video that I uploaded. And you watch those two videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I was playing with some of my boys from SR. Completely different vibe, dude. It made the video so much more fun. And I think as a challenge, and I'm not necessarily play with me, but like I would love to play with you at any time. You know that. But like maybe challenge yourself to not solo queue as much, because one thing I've noticed for me personally. And I've noticed it in your videos as well. Me and you don't really talk a lot, right?
No.
We're kind of quiet people. Like, I get hyped if I hit a clip, obviously, or if there's a stupid moment. But, like, playing with people, you kind of have to communicate. Like, you're kind of, like, vibing. You're enjoying the vibes with the guys. So, like, maybe I kind of challenge you to do that and see if that helps your content.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. For the longest time, I've been wanting to, reach out and play with my homies. Play with you, play with, Twista, all the other homies. It sucks sometimes because, people have their individual friend group.
Yeah.
You don't want to seem like you're just butting in or you're just, hanging around just to be around.
Well, you finish your sentence after I say this. Hit me up anytime you want to play, dude. You're never going to be a bother. 99% of the time I have spots available. It's usually me and Trait, or I'm solo queuing. Now there are times where I'm getting in with my team and I'm vibing, but for the most part, when I'm playing, I'm recording. And when you're in a team Discord, there's a lot of conversations going on that I don't want in my videos. Yep. So I'm usually not in there, right? So anytime you want to play, do not feel like you're going to bother me, dude. If you're bothering me, I won't respond, so you'll never know.
Right.
So hit me up. And we'll play. And I know Trait will feel the same way. Trait will feel the same way. I'm always with Trait. I don't know if you've ever had the pleasure of meeting Trait, but you know who I'm talking about. So feel free to hop in and vibe, man. You're not gonna be a bother. I promise. I swear. You're always welcome in my party. Always. I
appreciate it. Yeah, I need to reach out more. So the reason I say that is because back in World War II, I had a friend I used to play with basically like every day, and me and him would just stay up grinding, call it all the time, and then slowly it became one of those things where we would play, and then I noticed he complained more and more about the game, and I would stay on and just solo queue. And after a while, it's just like I'd rather play by myself, and not hear him complain.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I get you.
And then like after a while, like. Not to say we fell out because we still talk to this day. He had his individual, friend group outside of, me and him playing. So if I would join up on him and he's with his friends, I'm just kind of just sitting around and, I don't know these people. Not to say like I don't, be talkative or, wanting to reach out, but the vibes are just, completely different.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I mean. Yeah, it's kind of, it leaves that awkward feeling where he doesn't have the heart to say you need to leave. And you don't know what to say to the rest of everybody, so there's just this awkward point. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah. I'm right there with you. But yeah, no, I get that whole thing about people raging in your ear while you're trying to enjoy a game. It's like, dude, we're playing a video game, but let's just have some fun, you know.
Yeah.
Now, is
Yeah.
there moments I rage? Oh, of course, but
Mhm.
I'm not the kind of guy. Oh my god, every game something's wrong. Every game something's wrong. You know, I'm not that.
Yeah,
I'm not that kind
that's
of guy.
what it was, man. Every game is just like, oh my gosh. Like I understand the game's bad for me too, but every game you're just like, I want to get off this game. I want to punch my monitor. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no, I get it, dude. I 100% get it. But like I said, dude, you're always welcome. Just invite me or join. Don't even ask. Invite me or join. That's all you got to do.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely will do that.
And you're in my
Oh.
Discord, so I'm always in here. So just join up, dude. You ain't gotta ask. Do your thing. You're always welcome here. So moving on a little bit, like I said, your content is beautiful. We met through Twitch. Weirdly enough, and I feel like it's blossomed into pretty decent friendship. Obviously we don't talk every day, but like, you know, we hit each other up at times, and you know, ask for advice, and you know, hey, I uploaded video, blah blah blah. So I would definitely say we have a decent friendship going on.
Yeah.
So you know, and it's been a pleasure, honestly. Like I said, you were the first person that really got me out of my comfort zone, away from playing with the people I was comfortable. And to be honest with you, it gave me confidence, because at the time, I'm not going to say I was beating myself up, but I definitely wasn't confident enough to go and play with snipers that I know were better than me.
Right.
I was not willing to go and listen, because in my mind, I'm like, if I don't show these guys that I'm at least decent, they're going to tell me, and I'm not going to be accepted. Right.
Mhm.
And I've never had a problem with being accepted. I've always been the kind of guy, like, if you don't like what I'm doing, it's okay. I'll just do my own thing. But when I started doing this content and I started putting myself out there, I was kind of putting my neck out where, like, everybody can come by and, like, slap it if I don't do something. Right. So
That's true.
it was kind of a nerve-wracking thing. And you were really the first guy in the community that helped me get out of that comfort zone, and, like, you're not going to hit a clip every time you play. You don't have to hit 50 kills if I hit 50 kills. Just play the game and let it come to you. You know how to play Call of Duty, so just do it. So you were really the first guy that got me out of that comfort zone and allowed me to be confident enough to just do my own thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's something me and you've talked about before too, is just don't really worry about what everybody else is doing in the community. Obviously keep tabs and see where the community is going, but do your own thing. You know, work hard at what you're doing and do your own thing. And that's something we talked about in the recording that got corrupted. Is you know, just do your thing, work hard, and think good things will come.
Yeah, it's something I still beat myself up to this day, because I find myself slipping back into that mindset of, am I doing things right? How do I look in this person's eye? Am I doing something right by them? But ultimately, do what you're happy with. Some people may not see the same opinion as you, but do what makes you happy. Don't worry about others so much, because you're gonna find yourself chasing others' opinions and thoughts over, I guess, your own well-being.
Yeah, I agree. See, I used to have this problem, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of small content creators do, where we're like, I'm just going to use my guy for an example. I use him for everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it. Deadbeat. I would watch his video, I'll watch his stream. I'm like, okay, how do I mimic what he's doing? How do I get my videos to look like Deadbeat's videos, and I'll hit 100K subscribers, right? It wasn't till probably 4 or 5 months ago when I dropped my intervention video where something clicked in my mind, where it's like, I don't have to mimic anybody to be successful.
No.
And don't get me wrong, I have a very small following. Very small following. But I'm more happy with my content now than I've ever been. And it's simple. I'm doing my own things. I get a video, I picture in my head what I want the video to be, and then I put it on software.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Once you get to that level of, you have a following, you have those 1 or 2 people that'll go, oh, you're copying so-and-so. Oh, so-and-so does this. How come you're doing this? You must have done it after you saw so-and-so. And it's like, I take inspiration, of course I grew up watching, Pomage, Sprat, Arkin, people like them. I don't want to copy them necessarily to a T, but it's cool to be, I guess compared to them because obviously we're not on their level of following.
Yeah.
But if somebody can see like their play style or something, kind of similar, then I take it as a compliment now.
I'm the same way, dude.
Years
I'm
ago.
the same way. Like, if someone came to me and says, you're doing something like Pomage did it, thank you. That's
Right.
the goal, dude. That's the goal. Speaking of Pomage, Trait is still pissed at this. So, me and Trait went to the CDL Champs in Allen, Texas, which is only about an hour and 15 minutes from where me and him live. So, we went to the COD Champs on Saturday. Spent the entire day there. Wonderful facility. Met some wonderful people like Butters, Z-Later, Teep, Clayster. We saw Hex. I didn't get to meet Hex, but I did see Hex. Along with some other fabulous. So, funny story that I'm going to keep bringing up until Trait puts me in handcuffs and locks me away. I had to go pee, so I left the arena it was right after a match just ended, and I left the arena. And I'm walking to the bathroom. And I walked past the first bathroom. Like, I'll just go to the next one. So I went to the next one. And it was right by one of the exits. And I see this big, tall guy coming out. I'm like, that's Pomage. I'm like, hey, Pomage, can I get your signature? Blah, blah, blah. And like, we chit-chatted for a minute. And so he signed my shirt. And I got it in that. I got the sleeve of the shirt in that display case behind me. And I got back. And I showed Trait my shirt, and he looked at me, and he didn't have tears, but you could see his eyes were like, they were happy and furious for me at the same time. He's like, why didn't you tell me? Tell you what? But he was down there, dude. I ran down there. I was like, he was leaving.
Yeah, like I was literally going to the bathroom. That's like the most awkward place to be.
So he's still furious at me. And so I've met Pomage, dude. Great dude. Massive human being, dude. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a short guy. I'm definitely not tall. I'm probably average, but like, that was the weather going on up there. Yeah, he's huge, man. But great guy. And then to make things worse, I tweeted at Pomage about the signature in that displaced case back there, and so he liked it and then reposted it, or didn't repost it, but he liked the tweet. And Trait posted at him that he didn't get his signature and he didn't like it. So it just fueled the fire that Trait was pissed. And it was great.
Yeah, no, he definitely hates you.
Oh, yeah, he hates me, dude. He hates me. Every time he brings it up, he goes, yeah, but I got you Butters' signature. I'm like, I didn't even know who Butters was at the time, but, like, I know her now. But, like, it was hilarious. Like, yeah, we're not on the same level, me and you right now. You need to learn how to talk to your elders.
That's true. It's crazy. Pomage, he's been around for a while. He's one of the first gamers like merch I've ever bought. I still have one of his long sleeve shirts. It's a little short on me, but I still wear it from time to time just around the house. That I still, look back and I think of all like the memories of like watching like his montages, his BO2, BO3,
yeah, the catalyst,
so on videos.
I tell you what, man, his story is kind of crazy. Like, he was a nobody until he got into a random lobby. Or a lobby. Who was it? He got into a lobby with someone from Optic. It wasn't. I don't remember the names of the story, but anyway, he got in this random lobby or he got invited into this lobby, right, or something, and he played, and it was somebody from one of these big teams. I think it was Optic. I could be wrong, and he just went ham, and he's never looked back. Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy?
It is crazy.
Just think about it. He went from like basically no one knew who he was, and he even said he couldn't hit clips, and then gets in this lobby, hit clips, and has never looked back. I'm like, okay, you were just born for this. Then I mean that's you were given the opportunity, you were born for that moment, and you've never looked back. I mean, in my opinion, Pomage is the GOAT.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's not a forefather or a founding father, but he is definitely the GOAT. There's obviously some names that people will probably say rival, like Sprat, Sir Grizz, maybe I reach, but like when it comes right down to it, Pomage is still Pomage. Like, he's the GOAT. I mean, that's the way I say it. So, speaking of montages and some other things, we are at about an hour and 15 minutes, so we're going to have to probably wrap this up soon. So I've got a couple more things I want to ask you. So we've discussed some old gen Call of Duties because that's kind of where you started.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So give me your top 3 Call of Duties of all time.
Top three. No, I'm kind of glad that old recording didn't get out because I would definitely get some heat. I've had
So you're
some
changing your
time.
answers is what you're saying.
Yeah. I've had some time to definitely go back and rethink some of my answers. Black Ops 2, definitely number 1 for me. Even though I didn't play it in its prime, I did go back and play, years later, and I was having a lot of fun with it. Modern Warfare 2, even if lobbies were janky on PS3, I definitely had a lot of fun just like organically like leveling up the intervention and feeling, how it was. So BO2, MW2, and then BO3 because of the memories. I'm just have to throw that in there. It was super fun.
So what's crazy? You mentioned BO3. My sister's birthday was last week actually. Last weekend. So we had a little surprise party for her. And those guys were hanging out in her living room, and she has an Xbox on her TV. And so me being me, I'm bored. There's a controller. I turn on the Xbox. Lo and behold, her boyfriend has BO3 on here. I've never played BO3. Might as well try it. So I hop on, and we're and my brother-in-law is sitting next to me, and he's like, "I'm gonna go grab this other controller." I'm like, "You can't play Call of Duty with 2 controllers, dude. It's a single-player game." He's like, "They have split screen."
Yeah.
But what? Yeah, BO3 split screen. So we start running some 1v1s, and like I'm pretty decent, but not an OGen. So we were playing, man, and I got to taste the wall running. I got the feel of the locusts.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you,
that was a good game.
It was a different time back then, man. It's a different
and
time.
the gravity spikes. Oh,
yep. Mm-hmm.
What maps did we play? I don't remember the name of the map, but like it was this big building. It was kind of snowy, and you could go on the outside and hit an upstairs and a bottom stairs with glass windows.
Oh, you're thinking of Stronghold. That's what it was. Yep.
Dude. Oh, man, if I could have played that map in its prime, I know I could hit a clip.
It's solid, man. It's solid. I remember that map from the beta. It was insane. People were smacking out clips left and right.
And the Nuketown on BO3, for whatever reason, looked insane, dude. It was beautiful. Yeah. The visuals, oh my god. So was BO3 like futuristic?
It was. It was one of those games where we were kind of tired of jetpacks, but we still got Infinite Warfare right after.
It looked good, man.
It had the most refined movement at the time.
And like I said, I'm playing this game on split screen private match, trying to figure out wall running, and then aim assist is completely different. But man, it was insane, dude. I actually had a lot of fun playing that game. A lot of fun. It was beautiful. That's a solid list, though, because I've played BO2 on Plutonium, and I'm like, there's no way this game is as good as what people say. There's just no way. We're too far advanced now. There's no way. I went back and played it. I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. The DSR is amazing. I'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
Insane. But yeah, man, solid list, and you're lucky because you definitely would have been canceled if we would have released that other recording. Just saying. You saved yourself.
Threats, some DMs that have been.
Yeah, your secret stays with me. I won't release it. People are going to hate me when I give them my list because I can't go back that far. So, my list is going to be pretty rough. And no, Cold War is not number 1.
I don't blame you.
So, we've discussed this, and you probably know my answer, but I already know your answer from the old recording, but I think it's only fair to ask this question again. especially considering this is the underrated podcast where we like to mention people that are underrated. We like to show them love. We like to give them support. I will give you my answer as soon as you give me yours. Who is the most underrated sniper right now in the community? And I know there's a lot of names you can throw out, and we mean no hate whatsoever if your name is not mentioned.
No.
But I'm just going off what I see and what I know on a daily basis. Obviously, I can't look at everybody every day, so I'm gonna go off what I know and what I feel, and I'm sure Era is gonna do the same.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy. I felt bad after saying this last time, but I'm gonna feel the same way regardless, whether or not if that's what you answer or not. But definitely Spike, North Spike.
He's different. He's different.
Yeah.
He's different. Like I said, there's so many names you could throw right now. Like, I mean, you could throw Twista, you could throw Davey, like all these people. So I can't disagree with you because I do feel like you're on the right track with that. That guy is different. Spike is different. For me, and I've said this in other podcasts, and I'm going to keep saying it because I wholeheartedly believe it. I believe it's DepV. I know he has 100K on YouTube and he's in SOAR, but come on. This guy is the best pub stomper in the game right now. And people are going to say, Johnny, you're biased. No, I'm maybe. But anybody that knows DepV, you know DepV a little bit. You've been in group chats with him because he's in North chats and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So you know DepV. The dude, I'm not saying he's the most underrated because he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. I'm saying he's underrated because people don't understand the kind of human DepV is. The most humble, kindest, fun-loving guy you'll ever meet. And is he cracked? Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. No one can deny that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with DepV. And if people want to hate me because he's got 100K on YouTube, light the comment section up. I don't care. I think he's the most underrated sniper in the game. But like I said, there's a lot of names we could throw out there. If you wanted to throw Twista out there, I would agree with you. If you wanted to throw Trade out there, I would agree with you. If you wanted to throw Davey, I would agree with you. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. But I would have to agree with your decision. Spike is very underrated. And I really don't even know Spike. I've just seen some of his clips come up or some of the stuff on Twitter come up, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, this dude's good. So
yeah, it's crazy. We don't see Spike much often in the North chat, but he'll post a clip. He's like, I just hit this today, and it's like a 6-on times 3.
Yeah, yeah. There's just, it's like, man, dude, I've been playing this entire game this entire year. I just got close. I got split 3 times. Yeah. All right, man. So we're going to have to go into our final question because we are at an hour and almost 22 minutes. So we're going to have to close up. I hate to because this has been a great episode. But me and you are both huge Montage fans. We've probably watched all of them, and even though I'm not an old gen Call of Duty player, I have seen almost every major old gen Montage there is. So, what is your favorite Montage you've ever watched? Or if you can't give me one, give me montages. You don't have to put them in a list or specific order, but go ahead and give me a list of montages.
Okay, I got you.
Let's do 3 each. We'll both do 3.
3 each. I got you. Okay. These are montages I even go back and still watch to this day. Kind of get me hyped up. The Catalyst 2. From Pomage, hands down. I remember just the timing, the era of when it came out, and the backstory with it. Brat's Example 2 from BO2. That was solid as well. Yeah, it's hard to rate the examples because they're all pretty solid. And then I'm gonna throw a Team Taj out there. Phase 2 mil. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So those are my 3.
Our lists are pretty much equal. I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I'm gonna run with it. I'm like no specific order, no specific order whatsoever. I will never try to rank a montage. There's too many good ones. I'm gonna have to throw out Soar's most recent Team Tosh.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely insane. I believe it or not, I actually enjoyed it more than I did Kaiser's edit. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great montage. Oof. And then it starts getting really difficult because you got back in the day there were so many good montages. It's just I gotta go examples 2, or not examples 2. I'm sorry, Catalyst 2. I gotta go Catalyst 2. That is the staple montage. In my opinion, that might be the best montage ever.
Yeah.
Oh man! And then I'm trying to think of the name of it. It wasn't Sprat's examples. It was iReap's. What was his montage name? Oh my god! I'm drawing a blank.
Reese has some classics too.
Was it Iridescent?
No, that's Pomage. Pomage had Iridescent.
You know which montage I'm talking about? I'm drawing a blank.
I do know which one you're talking about. Reese had so many classics. Yeah.
Yeah. Just go with any iReaps. There's my top 3. There you go. So yeah, I'll go Soar's most recent Team Taj. Examples 2, or Catalyst 2, and oh no, I'm replacing it. I'm replacing iReaps. I'm going Pred's montage you did on BO2.
Ooh,
that's what I'm
okay.
going with. Yep. I don't know the name of it, but I do. I've watched that montage so many times. I'm going Pred's montage from BO2.
It's a solid pick.
Yeah, that's my list. Oh man, I'm gonna get some hate for that one. That story was gonna get me canceled. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
We had a good run, chat. We had a good run. Oh man, Aaron, I hate to cut it short, man. It's not short. This is probably gonna be the longest episode we've had so far. But man, it's been a pleasure having you on. You're definitely underrated, and like I said, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging myself. BO6 collabs. It doesn't have to be with me. I'm not trying to play with you all day, every day, but feel free if you want to. You're always welcome.
No, for sure.
I think that's a good forward step for content. Like I said, I noticed it in my videos, but I've also noticed that Scope, Arkin, DepV, all these other guys, they're always playing with somebody in their videos. So there's always communication, whether it's chat or their friends. So I think that's something that small creators need to do more of, which is something I'm going to try to incorporate into my content moving forward. And like I said, it's a challenge. If you can't, if stuff comes up and we can't do it, I understand. We both live lives, but I think that's something we got to work on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Eric, it's a pleasure having you here, dude. We're gonna have to get you back. I've got a list of people that's been DMing me and stuff about this, or not DMing me, but just people reaching out. Hey, do this guy, do this guy, do this guy, or do this lady. So I don't know when, but we're definitely gonna have you on again. But in the meantime, Eric, take care. I appreciate you having on the show. Welcome. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it has, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do going forward. So, if I try to ask this every episode, I think I missed it on Trait's episode, but I need to get back in the groove of it. So, if there is one thing that you could tell the sniping community to make it a better place, what would be your advice?
My advice would be respectful to everybody. I get it. Other people aren't, in the best situation. Other people I see it a lot on Twitter. They clown each other for, honestly, like the tiniest things. Everybody has a start somewhere. So don't be harsh on everybody. Everybody has their own come up in their own story. Be yourself. And just respect others. Remember, we're all humans. We're all here to game. Yeah, just be respectful, man. There's not enough love in the calm going on right now, which is crazy.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Y'all heard it. That's all it takes, man. Just show a little bit of love, man. Love, Kindness goes a long ways. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you like the podcast. I'm trying to get better at this. I know I'm not the best host there is, but I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like it. Give me feedback in the comments. All of it's appreciated if you get this far. So, yeah. And Eric, thank you for coming by again, man. I know we've said that like 4 times now, but appreciate you
Thank
coming
you for
by.
having me.
Thank you for
Thank
taking
you,
your
thank
time out of the day. So, hey, are we going to run some games after this or what?
Of course.
All
Of
right.
course.
I'm going to go take a pee break,
Nice.
and then I'll be in Discord. But, yeah,
Okay.
so, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna officially close up shop now. So, appreciate y'all, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, remember, if God can love me, I know he can love you. Peace.
Peace out.